listening to Ange Postecoglu there, the way that he talks to the press, I really do not understand how he's managed to spin himself as being this charming, happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He's always snide. He's always having a pop at journalists, and taking out his frustrations on journalists is totally unacceptable, in my opinion. He is getting it wrong. He is the manager of a team that has lost more games than they have won this season. He is the manager of a team that have lost 10 games out of the 20 that they have played, and he is the manager of the team that needs to take some responsibility. We're going to now talk to Archie, the Tottenham fan. Archie, too harsh in my take on Ange Postecoglu there, or do you sympathise with what I've said?
Evening, Rory. You all right?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Well, I was all right before this lunchtime when we got beat. You know what? We didn't get hammered, but it was a decent performance overall. But to answer your question, I don't know if you're too harsh or not really. It depends which way you look at Ange, because you can take him in different ways. It depends sort of how he treats, you know, certain parts of the media. Sometimes he can call them mate all the time, or other times, like obviously your colleague Sam Matterface, he can just be brutally honest. And I think that's what's happening. And the more pressure that he's under, I think the more honest he becomes. And I just think the more sort of you can see he is under pressure at the moment. And it's not just because we're, you know, getting defeats. It's the amount of injuries we have. And he's doing well not to make too many excuses. But I do think that the pressure is getting to him, and I don't know. I've been Ange all the way ever since he came to the football club.
Are you still?
I don't know. I
mean, that says a thousand. The fact that you don't know, I think to a lot of people listening to this, means that we know what you perhaps are saying you don't know.
It depends on a lot of things. If we didn't have injuries, then yes, absolutely, because we've got a really good squad of players there that you should be doing better with. But because of what's happened, 10 defeats, there's something to point at other than just the manager. And I think when that happens, that, you know, weirdly, I thought to myself the other day, having these injuries could be a blessing in disguise for Ange, because it could save his job. You know, it could make Levy think, right, he's had injuries, we'll write this season off, keep him for next year, run his contract down, see what he can do with a full, new, fresh squad of players, make some signings in the summer. Of course, Levy's not going to do that. He never does. But I do think that the pressure is getting to him, and he has to do something quick. He is throwing the young players on, and that's a very brave thing to do. He threw a brand new goalkeeper on that's never played for the club before, only in friendlies, in Brandon Austin.
This is interesting, though, Archie, because I was thinking about this, and you know the players that he's been forced to bring in, they're doing very well. Yeah. You've positioned that as something positive. You've painted Ange Postecoglu in quite a positive colour from your assessment there. He's been brave and he's brought them in. I'm not so sure that it does, because the players that he's been forced to play are playing very well. Surely he should have been playing them earlier rather than playing Forster. Maybe he should have been playing Austin. Maybe Bergvall should have been getting game time long before he did.
Well, maybe so. But when you have injuries, when your squad's, as Ange says, down to the bare bones, you do find out new parts of your squad that you never discovered. Maybe in training he wasn't seeing Austin's full potential, and when you put him in a real big game that you played today, sometimes real, you know, pressure cooker games can get the best out of players, and that's what happened today. I don't really want to see Forster play again, if I'm honest with you, just the mistakes he made when we were 3-0 up, cruising against Man United in the Cup, and also the howler he had against Liverpool. I just think that he's not a Spurs goalkeeper for me. He's not good on the ball. He doesn't suit the way we play. Austin, he's young. He's hungry to learn. He's hardly ever played. He's loyal. He's obviously a one-club man. He hasn't really gone anywhere else, which has surprised me to get game time. So it shows that he's really eager to stick to the project, and, you know, at least until Vicario's in. And we've just signed a new goalkeeper from Slavia Prague. So I don't think we're going to be short of options in that position.
Is it now all about the Cups, Archie?
Well, you say cups. I think for me there only really is one cup that Spurs can win, and that's the Carabao, because the FA Cup's too long a journey for us. It's been proven before that we just cannot get over that final hurdle.
And the European trophy?
No, I don't think we'll win the Europa League, Rory. If I'm honest, I just can't see it. I mean, for Spurs, we're better suited to competitions that are shorter. I mean, the last competition we won was only 4 or 5 games, and that was the Carabao Cup. And the Carabao Cup suits us because we don't have to play that many games. I think that's, you know, we're a club with a weak mentality, and we've shown that over the last 20 to 30 years. We cannot win anything when the pressure is really on. When it's a cup that nobody really focuses too much attention on, like the EFL Cup or the whatever it was called back then, the Carling Cup.
Yeah.
I really think that that's when we come out to play. And it's a shame because you look at the Champions League final on a different day, we could have won that game. But the pressure, when it's on, we just crumble. And this season is going to be difficult because Liverpool obviously are going to rock up and probably do the same thing that they did in the Premier League to us the other week.
Yeah, I think they might. Just a word before you go, Arch. Are you in or out? Let's have the cards on the table. Postecoglou, in or out?
For now, but I'm leaving.
Ange in with a caveat. Ange in for now.
Well, Ange in as long as Levy gives him what he wants, because he'll just. If we get a new manager, Rory, just to quickly before I go, if we get a new manager, it'll be the same thing over and over again, and we'll never change.
Great call, Archie. Really appreciate your time.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.